All right, well, I have not had much success at all up around the old house. Now, the house was built in and around somewhere around the mid 1800s, probably 1870s, and it was moved up to its location in 1912 with the building of the dam in 1911 and finished, I think, in 1912. Now, the story with the dam is they had 1,500 workers here, and mostly Mexican workers. They hired them, they worked 24 hours a day, and they got paid about $2 a day, which actually was good wages, they said, for that time period. 1,500 workers, mostly located many miles from here on the south end of the lake. And I say many miles, probably like 10. But back in those days, many miles. There used to be a house. Now, also, going back here, step back a little bit, inside the bottom of the lake bed, probably, I bet you maybe more over by the dam area. But anyways, there used to be, I guess, a family of 16 Mormon settlers that used to be down in the valley, and they used to get I guess, attacked by the Native Americans, the Indians. I'll say Indians because that's how it's written in the history book. But at the time, there used to be Apache and Comanche near here. But that used to happen in there. So there used to be 16 families of Mormons down in this area before, and they got kind of moved out. Their house and settlements are now under the water, or wherever the lake is. So down in here, in this part of the valley, supposedly the cattle ranchers. This used to be the Western Trail up to a town over here. Now I can't even think of the name off the top of my head. Starts with a B, like Braxer, something like that. You guys out there in Texas know it, but you don't have to comment because it's near here, but not close, not super close. But anyways, the Texas cattlemen used to come through on the Western Trail here, and they used to rest their cattle, drink the water, and there used to be a ranch house here, which is the house that's up top, and they used to be down here, and it got moved in 1912 because of the flood, because of the dam being built. So it was moved from probably down below up. Now I want to show you something over here. Unfortunately, this is private property. Do not cross the fence. I was told by a person that I probably could go ask permission to metal detect in and around that side. Now I've looked at a topographical map in 1913 now. That's the oldest topographical map that I can find, is 1913. And so I could go and ask the person that lives there if I can walk over here. Now it's funny because I can see some picnic tables over there. I don't know what this is. Interesting. But the way that this, I mean, either this whatever was here, this house, it was either built over the ledge, because the ledge obviously drops off right there, or it was built toward me. So I really wish I could just jump over, but I am going to be satisfied with what I can get for right now, and I'm going to do a little bit of this area right in here, and if it truly is a chimney, it should be open on this side. So the house was built this way. It might have been built, obviously it's really hard, so there's no way that this would have been a cellar here. But back in those days, they probably would have had cellars somewhere, but I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to detect right in this little area and see what I can find. Obviously this tree, this stuff would have been built in the probably 1800s, and it's not on my topographical map in 1913. So whatever structure was here pre-1913. The house that used to be down here is on the 1913 map up there. It was moved in 1912. So a few things I do know. So there used to be the cattlemen that used to come through here, by reading the little bit of the history, had a hard time back in those days. They not only did they have to deal with the Civil War, that was an obstacle for them. They also had things like Texas fever, which was, I think, a disease like what we have today. We have like now I can't think of these things, like the swine flu, and there was the chicken one, Anyway, so they had to quarantine cattle, and people didn't want the cattle to be going across certain lands and infecting their cattle. So a lot of times the cattlemen had obstacles and problems finding routes to run their cattle, and they used to go through the Chisholm Trail, and then they slowly moved westward to the Western Trail, and which is part of this trail right through here, used to come across this valley and up to the town to the south, to the north of here. And and then they started having problems too, because the Indian reservations actually started to commercialize in a way. If you wanted to graze on our land at that time, the Native Americans was going to charged a fee, a grazing fee. So the cattlemen going through here all had problems trying to find ways to get their cattle from point A to point B, and eventually I think it ended up being that they started to move cattle on railroad over time. But we're talking hundreds of thousands of head of cattle moving across the land over time. And it was interesting to find out about what these guys got paid. So the small ranch hands got paid, I don't know if they're called waddies or something like that. They got paid like $25 to $40 a day, or a month, I'm so sorry. The wranglers got like $50. The cooks and the ramrods, which I haven't actually looked up the word ramrod, so what a ramrod actually did. So if you want to let me know what a ramrod is, I can look it up, but there it is, so everybody else can read the comment. They got paid like $75 a month, and the trail boss got paid about $100 a month. So my goal today is to find, if I can, anything. I've only managed to find one wheat penny, but I would love to find anything. Anything remote to the ranch hands. Oh, and look right there. I didn't even notice that. There's a fence right there. It says do not enter. Well, I know that there is a boat launch over here, and I hope that boat launch allows me to go down beyond this fence line. Shoot. Well, we shall see. Anyways, I'll walk back over here and start detecting this area and see if we can find anything relatable to the 1860s, 1850s, and around that time period or so. Wish me luck. Well, down about 4 inches and part of an iron falsing issue. Got this little decorative piece, I guess, not decorative, but I'm sure it was on top of a cap of some sort of, like, maybe could have been on top of a little box, a jewelry box or something like that. And who knows? It's the first thing. Found a penny on the surface, but I need to go back and bug spray myself. Ugh. Well, so far not much of nothing. I'm down. I can see something in the waterish down there where it would be. It's kind of weird. I'm getting a little lower, coming down from where that chimney was, coming down where water used to be at one time. But I'm finding a picnic table, and a picnic table, and then these things, big old concrete things. I noticed a few of those further down, which I was going to go to in a little while. where water used to be. So I'm sure these are anchors at one time, probably for docks of some sort back in the day. No idea. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep making my way down and hopefully I'll pick up something old. I'm sure the old stuff is down on the bottom. Now, what you can't see, what I can probably see is there is a road that runs right through here, and there is water out there. So we'll see how far I can get. Well, it's hard to tell when the stuff is silver when it's been in the water, but I don't think that's going to be silver. Found a dime out here, more on the surface. This was down a little bit, but yeah, I won't know what the year is on that, but definitely not. I think it's more of a modern quarter. Yeah. Anyways, kind of walking around this out here, not sure what I'm gonna find. I didn't even see him. He was like 10 feet from me while I was digging that hole for that quarter, and he jumped out from the shade and freaked me out. And I've always cut my thoughts about snakes, you know. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, he's a just jackrabbit sitting right there behind the bush. See him right there? Anyways, he's gonna take off and move here as soon as I move. He's keeping himself on the other side of the bush. You're okay, Jackie Rabbit. He's pretty smart. That's why he's kept himself alive all these years. Got 3 beetles rolling a ball of poop around, it looks like. Like 1 big one and 2 small ones. And I guess, I'm just guessing, I have no idea what that is. And tell me what those are? One of them was flying around, but they're just pushing that ball around. Uh-oh, got me. Guess there's nothing better to do. I wonder if they know where they're going. I think this big one over here is like, guys, I think you're going the wrong direction. It's this way. That guy is about the size of a, I don't know, dime? He's small. Little frog. Little dinky winky frog. Saw a corner of my eye, I thought, man, cockroach. Dinky frog. Well, if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm actually in a park. And hence all the picnic tables that were down in the water that must have gotten sucked into the water when the high rise. I'm chasing a target here. It's giving me like a 73. It is right there. And it's a dime. So far I've picked up a couple quarters, a couple dimes, and some pennies, but nothing old yet. So it's kind of sad because like here's the end of the boat launch and it's no longer existent. Looked like they used to have some fishing docks. No longer there. And this place is called Medina Lake, but there's no more lake. And I noticed driving in and around, I saw this thing which I have to look up. It's called Stop the Drain. And I'm wondering if there's some sort of thing going on where they're draining the lake. And I don't even know how much of the lake is actually left. I haven't actually seen the lake. But for all the people that used to be near the lake, some of these businesses and houses and ranches and stuff really probably relied on the water in the lake. So anyways, if anybody knows much about the Medina Lake situation, you know more than me. So I do got to look up Stop the Drain and see what that was about. But it's pretty sad that people once here used to fish along here, and now they don't. Now it's an RV park, I guess, here, and with no river, lake, no lake access. Sad. What's up with that, county officials? Wow, this is the third boat launch. Another one was right over there, and this one's even down here, and then over there's some docks in the water and a bridge, walking bridge to a dock. This is sad. This is really sad. Oh, and there's the road that I was trying to get to, which doesn't lead to nowhere. I thought it led out more into the middle. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Sad, sad, sad. Well, if any of you people who live around Medina Lake area, does this lake ever get full again, or is this just totally gone? It's just sad to think that all of these properties around this lake bought it years ago for the purpose of lake, and no lake. Get away from me, bird. Well, there's a deer trail. The birds don't like that I'm here. There was a deer right here a few minutes ago. Wow. I mean, I would hope that this water does rise every year. I mean, it's a really nice dock. Pontoon floating dock. Yep. Very nice. Well, I'm kind of walking on this road. And I don't know what I'm looking for. The road is on the edge. It's at the bottom before it starts to go up on a bankment. And I don't know if I'm looking for a flat area like that right out there, or what. But you know, I don't know what a house built in 1870s or something like that, who knows how old that house actually is, what the foundation would look like, but I would assume a stone foundation. And I don't think it'd be this far over. My guess is it's probably further back that way, way back there. Oh. But I gotta tell you, it's like 91 out here, and humidity is high. Yeah, man. Well, I thought I would just walk until I maybe saw something, and then I'd try my luck. No idea. Although the creek is right down there, and I just don't feel like walking through all of this. Yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm already a little nervous about walking through here. I don't know necessarily where the rattlesnakes are. I mean, this is Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, rattlesnake country, right? And water moccasins near water. And I know there's probably no alligators this far up, but I know that they're along the coastline. Anywho, I'm gonna keep walking down this road and see if anything weird pops out, and I will maybe detect around there. Well, I'm literally somewhere. I mean, it goes around. That's where I'm at. I'm kind of somewhere where I'd be way over my head in water. Oh man. The reason I kind of stopped here is because there's this little embankment right here that's not eroded out, and I thought it might be a good plateau-ish spot. I don't know. I think I'm giving up on this little adventure. The road does continue on that way. That direction, I think, is where the body of the water in the dam is, out that way. But is there any water left? I don't know. Well, you don't see a lot of big rocks, and so I started walking over toward these rocks, and then sure enough, somebody had made a fire pit, and looks like either they were camping here in the past and just decided to burn all their garbage and trash, but that's not what I want to find, is it? Nope. Wouldn't mind finding an old fire pit. I want to find some good stuff around it. Now, I'm sure it's just some sort of a fishing weight. I've never seen one like this before. It's got that on the back. So, and it's flat and weighted. It's got like a, I don't know, it could be two pieces rusted together, but that's lead. I don't know, they don't rust, do they? So, not sure what that is, but I'm sure it's some sort of a weight. Never know. Clean it up a little bit and see if there's anything on it. It was down just a couple inches in the ground there. It's probably the neatest thing I've found so far. It's unusual. I've never seen something like this before, so a little different. Alright, I just found that unusual piece of metal just about 15 feet back, and then I came over to these rocks. I'm noticing this looks like a foundation, and I'm noticing that there's a road right there, but look at this. And it goes that way. Of course, it doesn't go anywhere from there except for like right through here, here, and then here. So, granted, this could be fake, fake. stone here, some stone there. But somebody could have easily have built, stacked these stones in 10 years ago. Who knows, right? That's the problem. You don't know how old this is, but I wish I could find an old topographical map that was pre-1913. But anyways, I will walk around here a little bit more. I notice it's kind of weird because I notice there's like some gravel rocks here because it's in a different unusual place. I was going to go down, there's some pile of rocks down there. So I'm keeping my eyes open for these rocks because these are unusually located here. I normally don't see them too big. There's a little ledge, is why I came up. I was down below and I came up on this little ledge here. And I was thinking that might be a good spot, like a plateau, like a flat, hard spot that people might build on. And then below would be the creek and river at one time. So, let's see if we can find anything. So many shells. So many shells. So many shells. Everywhere. Shells. And looks like from the way that the trees are all knocked over inside the down in the bottom, they're all leaning like this. So this is the way that the river creek goes this way, and it flows that way. Of course, the dam is off that way, so you can see all the tree branches, like from flash flooding. Looks like they're all pulled over that way. So I've been kind of looking. I'm also looking for arrowheads too, which I'm not accustomed to looking for, and I wouldn't know where to look for them at. But I am looking. I know that this type of rock is what I've been looking for. I walk around, and this is the rock that I've been kind of like eyeballing, because it doesn't deteriorate, and it's the stuff that you would make your tools with, your arrowheads and or your axe pieces. There are other rock over here that is more crumbly and deteriorating, but I've been looking for this type of a rock and trying to eyeball anything that's an arrowhead, but no luck. Well, something didn't make it. My guess is a deer didn't make it. But the question is, why did the deer not make it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. First rifle casing I found. Well, I found a shotgun casing, but this is the first rifle one. Whew, I am almost done. It's time for a swim or something. That is a roadrunner. I'm pretty sure. Wish you could see it move. Oh, there he goes. It runs really fast, low to the ground. Just a beaten up old cap. Not sure what the symbol is, if it's a 5 or an S. But I thought it was kind of a cool little symbol, even though it's just an old cap. Just out doing some more of this house here. I can't believe that this is, I always say nothing is hunted out, but it's as old as this house has been here, and I know that this place has been detected because it's pretty dang quiet, but there's got to be some more old coins hiding here somewhere around here. Granted, maybe this has all been tilled over and landscaped, etc. over the years, but who knows? I don't know. Gotta keep going. Well, we leave tomorrow, so not sure if I get to detect anywhere along the way for a little bit. But I got a nice 60 tone here, which typically I don't get too excited about. Here I haven't been void of any tones, so except for iffy ones that are like iron, and I'm hoping that I can pick up a few more, at least wheat pennies. Changing my kind of messing around. Listen to this in 5-tone regional, 1-tone regional. Of course, it sounds the best in 5-tone. And just what I figured. Look at that. It's too modern. Too modern. So that is not a good sign at all. I did get a wheat penny in and around some nails, but this old house and this being down at the end of 6 or 7 inches, that's not a good sign at all. Dang. What to do? Where to go? Well, I can't tell if it's actually something used, usable in the past. Almost looks like a miniature, like a quarter teaspoon thing or a little spoon. It actually doesn't feel like aluminum. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but it almost looks like it's been melted. And I don't know what it was. So I'll have to wait and see if there's any markings on it. Actually, it feels almost like pewter. So anyways, not finding a whole lot. I'm hoping to find something. But I did find something. Just gotta see if there's anything on this that I can figure out what this is. Well, this is the wrap up. The old house and down by the water. Not much to show for it. Just one old coin. I was really disappointed. Sometimes you get so excited about a place and it just, doesn't pan out to be much of nothing. And I can tell by hitting this place. If this place was here in 1912, I would expect to find more. Even if it's been hit a couple times, but I have a feeling this has been detected a lot in the past. So not much. I covered all the grounds, like all of this out here, all the way around here, even over by the barn, back in through here, everywhere around this place, and walked down by the water where the house, I thought, I don't know where exactly the house location was, but I was assuming it was, if I look at the old topographical map, hypothetically, let's say the house is here. On the old topographical map, it shows 2 roads from the house, one going this way for miles down a different direction, and then one more road going over to the river. So I went down to the river, and you'll see in the video that I did detect some down by an old chimney, which may or may not have belonged to this house, but that chimney was a small chimney, and this is a big two-story house, so I'm not sure how that was related. But anyways, didn't find much down there. Down by the water, I got some spinners, lures, and some weights, and that's about it down there. And up at the house, just all this random stuff around the house. Not too much old relics, maybe this, a couple of these old caps, I don't know, a little piece of brass lamp, probably not too old. No idea what these are. Probably just a little watering cup or something. But anyways, yeah, not too much old stuff around the house. But so that was disappointing. So anyways, That's a wrap up here. Moving on from San Antonio, moving east.